Oh my god, we've got it. I'm so excited. Wow.
Welcome back to Istanbul. Welcome back to Turkey. I'm Kyra.
And I'm Mike, and today we're stood here in front of the Hagia Sophia, possibly the most famous landmark you can think of when you think of Istanbul.
And we thought this was the perfect place to start our video on one of Turkey's most famous exports. So much so that they even put the country's name on the label.
That's right, it's Turkish Delight, and we thought we'd have a jolly trot down the road to one of the most famous markets in the world, the Grand Bazaar, to try some.
So let's go!
So here we are at the Grand Bazaar. Making traditional Turkish delight is a time-consuming process, and one that surprisingly is 100% vegan.
Sugar is boiled with cornstarch for several hours, being stirred continuously until it reaches the right consistency. Mass-produced and exported Turkish delight sometimes uses gelatin instead because it really quickens up the process. So if you're vegan, you're best to head to a market stall like these in the Grand Bazaar or across Turkey.
Next, the flavourings are added. Then they're dusted with some powdered sugar before being decorated, so we've heard, in all manner of ways. So we're really excited to see what that looks like. So let's head in and find a stall.
Delightful! Okay, as you saw, we went to the Grand Bazaar to get our Turkish Delight. We actually went to a few places. The first place that we went to, the guy, it was kind of expensive and he would only sell in a minimum of 1 kilogram, which, you know, even though this is kind of our lunch, we don't need 1 kilogram of this stuff.
It's a lot of Turkish Delight, 1 kilogram.
Yeah, and it was expensive as well. So we went and tried a few more places. We found this really lovely man who had the traditional Turkish Delight. He confirmed with us that this was fully vegan. It was made with the cornstarch and the sugar. He talked us through the flavours, and this mixture we've got here, I'll show you around. We've got the rose water here, which is one of the traditional flavours you probably know. We've got mint, which is something a bit different. This one here, I'm a bit curious about. This is plain, so I don't know how that's going to taste. And then we've got real rose as well. So that's made not just with rose water, but with real roses. And then we went to another stall, and their traditional Turkish Delight actually did contain gelatin. So obviously we didn't get any of that, but they did have this fancy stuff. This fancy Turkish Delight is something I've been very curious about. It comes in all different flavours. Quite a few of them did contain milk, so we asked him for a mixture of the ones that were vegan. No milk, no gelatin, no egg, nothing like that. So what we have here is, I think, 5 or 6 different flavours. I'm going to talk you through them as best as I can remember. This one here is pomegranate, and it's got some pistachio nuts in it too. This one is cornflakes, which is kind of rogue. This one, my favourite, Oreo. Very excited to try this one. Then we have coconut and pistachio, and this one here is fig. So lots of different flavours, lots of exciting things to try here.
Okay, so it is up to me to try the first taste test. So I'm going to be trying the traditional recipe, the kind of stuff that Kyra was talking about earlier. And the most traditional of all those flavours has to be the rose water. So rose water is made from distilled rose petals, and it's often pink or reddy in colour. So I'm excited. I've not really had many rosy tasting things before, so let's give this a go. Oh, it's quite chewy. I wasn't expecting it to be that chewy. It's got almost the texture of a wine gum covered in the sugar, of course. So yeah, actually that's really fruity for something that's made of flowers. It's really fruity. So yeah, I quite like that one. I'm going to just quickly try a couple more before we move on. I'm going to try this one. This was quite interesting. It's kind of like a translucent colour, and the man told us that this one is plain flavour. So I'm presuming it doesn't taste like a Boeing 747, so it must probably just be Kyra's laughing behind the camera. Oh, it's a quick one. So I'm presuming it's just going to be nice and plain, so let's give this a go. It just tastes like sugar, really. Yeah, actually it's not bad. The sugar's really quite good on that. The plain flavour kind of adds that kind of like natural palate for the sugar to really stand out. I'm going to try one more, and it's a curveball. It is this big cube of mint flavour. So I'm expecting a real sinus kick off this one, so let's give this a go. It's actually surprisingly muted. I was expecting that sinus kick. Didn't come. It's like a subtle flavour of mint. Kind of about as minty as your toothpaste that you put on the end of your toothbrush. So yeah, the sugar's really good on these. I really can't wait to tuck into some more. I really can't wait to tuck into some of these, but I'm going to have to hold on because Kyra's going to try them first. Over to you, Kyra.
Okay, this is what I've been waiting for. I cannot wait to try these. I'm going to start here with the pomegranate one. That's kind of like, I guess, one of the traditional Turkish Delight flavours, but it's made to look super fancy here. Oh wow. Okay, that is really, really fruity. It's really chewy and delicious. The pomegranate flavour is strong in a nice way. And those little pistachios inside, yeah, they really set the flavours off. I really, really, really love that. Yum. Oh, I'm really excited. Okay, the next one I'm going to try is every vegan's favourite snack, the Oreo. Look at that. It's very different to the kind of jelliness of the pomegranate one. It definitely tastes like an Oreo. The kind of creaminess inside, it's like kind of cookies and cream. I love the way it's got all these little bits encrusted around the outside. It's so weird because the flavours of the Oreo are so familiar, but it's in a very, very different form to what I'm used to. That's really nice. But I'm not going to try them all right now, it's a lot, but the one that made me very, very curious when the man was showing us around the vegan ones was the cornflakes flavour. Now, cornflakes, you get them everywhere. Oh, it's a bit sticky. It's something I've obviously eaten like my whole life. Never thought it would be in like a sweet treat. So let's try this. You can just see all the stuff in the middle, all those cornflakes around the outside. Okay, I will say, tastes kind of like a bowl of cornflakes. This one doesn't have the most flavour in the world, as you might expect from cornflakes, but it's sweet. It's got that, I really like the crunch around the outside, and the little nuts on the inside give it that little bit more kick of flavour. These, wonderful. Mike, I really want you to try some of these too. Come on.
Alright guys, it's time to eat all of this Turkish Delight. We're going to be so full. Cheers! Okay, so we finished our Turkish Delight, or lokum in the local speak, and it was really delicious. But what I really wanted to talk to you about was just a little bit more about the prices, okay? I say we finished, we hadn't finished, we've probably only eaten about half, to be honest. But the prices, so if I start with the traditional ones, we managed to get a really good price from a really lovely man of 30 lira for 100 grams. Yeah, sorry. all these numbers just flying through my head right now. It was a really good price, really good value per 100 grams. We got about 300 grams, yeah, because we just thought, you know what, you're only in Istanbul once, or for now anyway. But yeah, so that's that. What was your favourite? Mine was probably the rose water. I really enjoyed it. You saw me eat it. I was actually a really big fan. I probably ate most of them. Your favourite?
Yeah, I agree. My favourite of the traditional ones was definitely the rose water. I like the fruitiness with the slightly floral flavour.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really nice. The kind of fancier Turkish Delight, that was obviously more expensive, as you might expect from how it looked. We paid 350 lira for 500 grams of this stuff.
Yeah, we had to haggle it down a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah, we had a little haggle. But I really enjoyed that one. Really all the flavours I liked, but my favourite of those ones was definitely the pomegranate. It was just so fruity. It was just really sticky and nice and fruity and yum. What was your favourite?
That one reminded me of eating like raw jelly cubes.
Yes.
It was that kind of like consistency, but yeah. No, my favourite was probably the weirdest one, which was the cornflakes one. Just like Kyra said, it is just like eating a bowl of cornflakes, and I absolutely loved how weirdly crazy that was. Yeah, it was a really fun one. It's just probably eat that for breakfast, so yeah, no problemo.
Your dentist would not be happy.
No, I don't think either of our dentists are going to be pretty happy after the amount of sugar we've put in our mouths today. But aside from all that, thank you so much for watching. As always, we really appreciate you just coming along and having a little gaze up on what we're doing. If you want to do any more than just watch, please like and comment. Tell us your favourite Turkish Delight flavour. There's so many out there, it's almost impossible to try them all. But in the meantime, if you do nothing else, eat your greens.